7 out of 10 people have had a traumatic experience. That's according to the Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Alliance.
That's wars, car crashes, and shootings are some of the most difficult news stories that we cover. Each one has survivors. Some of them choose to suffer in silence.
Advocates nationwide say we need to pay more attention to mental health concerns. WFMY News 2's Megan Malaris learned about a grief therapy eyeing solutions to sadness.
Shakespeare supposedly said the eyes are the window to your soul.
If I'll say, what was the worst part? And he'll say, it was this. And you'll look ahead.
Unearthing emotions.
And then I'll have you follow my fingers.
And tapping into pain.
I can also do my finger movement slower.
Reverend Alyssa Body is a minister and High Point-based licensed clinical counselor, certified in a groundbreaking trauma therapy called EMDR.
Dr. Shapiro created it in the 1980s. A lot of people thought it was woo-woo science.
This is just a demo of a small piece of the process. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing is an 8-step psychotherapy using a visual or auditory rhythm called bilateral stimulation.
When you're using these eye movements or these tapping procedures to get past the trauma, what signal is it sending to my brain?
We actually don't fully know. Some people think that as that traumatic memory is being brought up, what's really happening is EMDR is distracting your brain, and because your brain can't hold both the stimulation and the traumatic memory at the same time, it's actually decreasing the sensations around the traumatic memory.
The EMDR International Association cites more than 30 studies in finding up to 90% of patients no longer have PTSD after only 3 sessions. Brain scans show something sensational.
You can literally see, oh my goodness, when they were thinking of the traumatic memory, it was their limbic system that was activated first. And now as they're thinking about it, it's their prefrontal cortex.
After EMDR, the brain's fight or flight response to that memory appears gone.
Who's this?
Hope of healing is why mom, Amy Ross, signed up for EMDR sessions 2 years after losing her infant son to a severe heart defect.
You know, it was something that changes you instantly. You're never the same from it.
And no trauma is the same. It often takes the face of fear.
I was put in a situation where I was left alone with someone that we didn't think would be dangerous. The person pulled out a knife in my presence.
Alexis Labonte had heard about EMDR before seeking it out for herself.
After the EMDR, my brain was able to tell my body, no, this person's not in this parking lot. They're not waiting for you. You're okay. You can get to your car. You can get to that door.
EMDR is opening doors for first responders too, who have a front row seat to suffering.
I saw people really being impacted by the emotional strain of the job. I saw people leaving the field just because of the kind of psychological damage that they had received. And there really wasn't anything being done to address it.
That's why Guilford County paramedic and counselor Sari Goldberg founded a mental health wellness program and refers colleagues to EMDR.
So instead of waiting for an employee to reach out to say they have a problem, we see an incident and look at it and say, this could be disturbing. Let's check on those people and make sure they're okay.
In looking at your colleagues who have tried EMDR, how many of them have said, it didn't work for me?
Just one.
Out of about how many would you guess?
More than 20, 30.
Yet it's not a fix or first resort for everyone.
The part that I see as a downside is just that people are not as familiar with it, so it can just look weird to them.
Dr. Nanette and Minister Keith Funderburk operate a Greensboro psychotherapy practice for cognitive behavioral therapy. They don't administer EMDR, but don't discredit it either.
And it's looked at as alternative, but it has been very effective for people who have experienced traumas that they can't think about without re-experiencing the emotion.
Yet they believe no mental health method yields success without a yes.
And so one of the things about therapy, what we try to tell people to do is just give it a try. Go to one session.
Because though eyes can indeed be a window to our souls, sometimes we must open the curtains to see light. In Guilford County, Megan Maleris, WFMY News 2.
The American Psychiatric Association, the Department of Defense, the VA, and World Health Organization all support using this therapy.
Experts say it can help both adults and children with a range of mental health conditions. A certified EMDR counselor must administer it.
To find a therapist near you, we have included a search tool in this story on our website. There you can also watch a video about this therapy specific to veterans.